Hi guys, this is Jacqui Cooper with J. Cooper Travels, and today I am really honored to have Mayor Vasquez here. I am super excited to have her share her story about how she became a mayor, what inspired her to go into politics, and to tell us more about Lemon Grove and the wonderful area that she is representing. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I am super excited to have you here and to share your story with all my listeners. Thank you so much.
And thank you so very much, Jackie, for having me. It truly is an honor to join you today. One, to talk about leadership, but all of the wonderful things that surround Lemon Grove.
So my first question is, how did you become mayor? What inspired you to go into politics? I've often thought about doing that, but again, a lot of people have, but you actually took the step and you're now in charge and you're a remarkable leader. So how did you end up going down that path?
Well, just so that you know, running for office was not part of my career path. In fact, I think that leadership found me, and it found me serving in my community as I volunteered along with my daughters for various projects such as community cleanups and helping out at senior homes and volunteering to serve on different boards and commissions, which led to the opportunity to run for office. Now, you may ask this question, why was she volunteering in the community? It speaks to my heart.
Yeah.
And if I could give you some background information here, I'm originally from Los Angeles, California, the place where all the movies are made, right? But, you have normal, regular people who live there too. And I spent a significant amount of time with my grandmother. She's no longer here, but she lives in my heart. And my grandmother would make me walk to the voting polls every single election with her around the corner. And it was from the time I was about 4 years old on up till I was in college. And the college that I attended was Cal State Northridge, which was about 2 hours away from her home. But she would call me on election day and she would say, Raquel, you need to come over so that we can go and vote. And I would say, but Grandma, that's a 2 hour drive. And she said, yes, I know, but I need you here. The polls are open until 7 at the time. But this is what she would say to me. She would say, Raquel, it's important that you vote, and you vote in honor of the many men and women who are African American who lost their lives so that you could have the right to vote. But also the women's suffrage movement that allowed women to vote. And if you don't like the people and you don't like the politics, you vote in honor of those people who lost their lives so that you have that right. But then she would say, take a look around in your community. And if you see things that you don't like, do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Many years later, of course, I went to college and I ended up meeting a really nice guy who served in the military. And we got married. We have two daughters. They're grown now. But back then, my husband would leave us for 6 months at a time. And he would serve our country with honor, courage, and commitment. And my thought was, while I worked my full-time job and I had this extra time, if he's serving our country, then I can serve in my community. And that's how I got involved.
Very true, very true. And I am a lifelong volunteer for many organizations as well. So I definitely, that resonates with me as well. So when you decided to take the step to run for office, what was that like? Was it
very challenging? and I say this with sincerity here because in 2010, there were many community members who asked me to run for city council. And I said, no way, LIG. Do you know what that stands for? Life is great. Life is great. That's okay. But, um, as time progressed, more and more people mm, continued to ask me that question. And so I decided to sit down with my family and have that conversation, because when you run for office, it's not about you. It's really about your entire family, because everyone will be impacted. And my family was on board, and I ran for office in 2012. And I became the first person of diversity to serve as a council member for the city of Lemon Grove. And so that was a huge step forward for the city. And I don't know if you are aware of the background of the city of Lemon Grove. We have a very rich history as it relates to um, diversity. And I say this because the first discrimination case tried in the United States of America did not come from the South, perhaps Mississippi or Alabama. No way. It didn't come from Tennessee or Texas. It came from a very progressive state in a small city in Southern California called Lemon Grove.
Wow.
It's called the Lemon Grove Incident. And back in 1930, the school board decided for the school board for the city of Lemon Grove, and actually back then it wasn't a city, so it was the Lemon Grove School Board. They wanted to build a separate school for the Hispanic kids, and they wanted to have a separate school simply because they didn't think that um, all of the kids should go to school together. So the parents got together, filed a lawsuit, and ultimately, the judge ruled that you have to let these kids go to school together. That case set precedents for the Brown versus Board of Education case.
Wow.
That really impacted people who are Black, and it's significant. In fact, so significant, it's actually cited in the court cases for the Brown versus Board of Education case. So there's a very rich history here, but we're so different today, very diverse. I think we're the most diverse city in Southern California.
So, how long did you serve before you become mayor?
So I ran in 2012, and shortly after, many of the community members were approaching me, encouraging me to run for mayor. And again, I rejected that idea. But it got to a point where people were asking me daily. And it wasn't just my tight knit supportive group, it was those folks that I didn't know out in the community. And it was 7 days a week. And so, experiencing that, I finally said, okay, I hear you. I'll run for mayor. And while it was very challenging, it definitely was for anyone to run. I won, completely surprised, because it was a true grassroots effort. It was the support of community members who really wanted to see the change. And ultimately, here we are today. And we won in 2016, and now we just won again in 2020.
Congratulations. Congratulations. For someone who has been involved with so many different projects, what's your vision for the next few years as mayor? What would you like to achieve?
The biggest challenge for the city of Lemon Grove is that, number one, it's small. We are 3.88 square miles. Our population is around 27,000 people, and we have a small business community. Our business community generates tax dollars. Those tax dollars they make up our general fund, and that is how we pay for the quality of life that we all experience here. For many, many years, the city has operated off of a deficit where it doesn't generate enough tax dollars to cover the cost to operate. And so in terms of improving the quality of life and creating a better Lemon Grove, we have to fix our budget. That is priority number one. That will be our focus. We have to come together in unity as a community to really decide who we're going to be in the future and what we're going to look like. And that takes money. Nothing's free. So we're going to have to decide, okay, how are we going to do this? What kind of changes do we want to see as a community? Now, I know in engaging many people that they want, and it's not, although I am personally invested, I consider this city to be a jewel. And, I own my own home here. And I consider this entire city to be an extension of my backyard. So I take special care of it, just like it's my own. But I know that the people want a clean, safe, business-friendly city offering arts, culture, recreation for everyone to enjoy. Is that too much to ask for? Not at all, but it takes money. And so that's the goal, to support the vision of the people here in Lemon Grove, to craft a great policy in support of that vision, and to make sure that we have the funding to make it happen. That is our challenge. We will be very focused and intentional in everything that we do moving forward to ensure that there is enough funding and I know it's a little strange to talk about it right now because, we have COVID. It's been a very different year. I
Yeah.
thought that 2020 was gonna be, when I think of 2020, I think of vision, and how it's crystal clear.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened with 2020, but it was not clear at all. But that's okay because we are fastly approaching upon 2021. Lots of change is coming. And with the city of Lemon Grove, we're going to ebb, we're going to flow, we're going to make sure that we create a better Lemon Grove.
So for people that want to visit Lemon Grove, what kind of things could they do in your area? What about, again, I know we have COVID, but people do love road trips. They do love checking out new places. So what kind of things would they be able to experience and see? I mean, you just shared some wonderful history, but what else would they be able to maybe see?
Well, one thing that I can say about Lemon Grove is that we are a small city with a big heart. And we're known for having the best climate on earth. That's our motto, and I'm sticking to it. That was created before I got here. And so I will continue to say we have the best climate on earth. However, as mayor, I love, love, love to tell people that we have a pill. You get it? Like a pill on a lip. Okay,
Yes.
I'm not a comedian. But, I like to tell people that when you visit Lemon Grove, you'll always have a unique and authentic experience. We have a lot of delicious restaurants. If you are a foodie, come and check out some of our restaurants. But we also have the world's largest lemon. That lemon weighs 3,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So I say squeeze the day, come check out, check out our lemon. People actually travel from all parts worldwide to take a photo right in front of the lemon. If you haven't seen it, just Google Lemon Grove lemon and you'll be able to see the history of the lemon. And, if you ever come to San Diego County, make sure you take a quick stop in Lemon Grove to check out the lemon. If you're looking, if you're local or maybe even not local, Lemon Grove actually has the most affordable housing in all of San Diego County. So if you are a new home buyer or you're looking to rent, definitely check out Lemon Grove. I think right now, the average home sells for about $534,000. And so
Wow.
that's reasonable for
Yes.
San Diego County.
Yes.
Keep in mind, for those who are not located in San Diego County, um, it's very costly to stay here. I consider it to be the sunshine tax, simply because we have great weather 365 days a year, and lots of people come here for vacation, but we get to vacation
Oh,
every day,
mhm.
all the time. And there's so many things to do, so many things to see throughout the county, that your life will be full of adventure. You know, the other thing that I like to tell people is that our city is family friendly. So if you're looking to raise your family, because we're so small as a city, I know all of my neighbors, and my neighbors know me, they know my kids. They're very friendly. And you get that small time, it's not small time, but small town, kind of like old school feel, because everyone knows everyone, which is great. And you don't find that in communities very much anymore. And so that is one reason why when I purchased my home, my thought was that I was going to be here for about 5 years and move on. But I got here and I discovered, I was like, this is an amazing place, the best kept secret. And so I'm still here. I purchased my home in 2001. And we're not going anywhere.
I mean,
um,
it sounds remarkable. It sounds remarkable just from, the visiting perspective, as well as
mhm,
from, if people are thinking about relocating and trying to find a hidden gem, like you said,
mhm.
especially one that's affordable, because many people look at trying to go to California and then they realize that the real estate market might be out of their price range. And so you're right. This is like the best of both worlds, because you can be in California, you can take road trips to a lot of other places to sightsee, and still have, like you said, a small town environment where, you can kind of feel very special.
Yes, and we're right next to the eighth largest city in the United States of America. So we're in the heart of it all. I'll say we're the core of everything that's happening around us. And it's just a really great place to stay. But again, most people don't know
Well,
that.
for those that are following my podcast, and both from LinkedIn as well as on YouTube, they're about to find out. And I knew that I was drawn to speak with you for so many different reasons. I mean, both because of your inspiring story, and also because of your location, because I love to travel and visit new places, and I had not heard about Lemon Grove, and I thought, well, this would be fun to kind of learn a little bit more, so that way I can, like I said, take a road trip.
Yes. And then finally, what makes Lemon Grove somewhat unique is that there's a small, well, not small, it's a nice size rock formation. And we like to say, Lemon Grove, we're sealed with a kiss, because the rock formation is in the form of lips.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we maintain the lips right now. The lips, I think they're painted red, and a lot of people go over to the lips and they take a photo, and it's kind of like on their things to do list when they're visiting Southern California, and specifically the San Diego County area. So we're sealed with a kiss.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love those little stories. That makes it really special. Makes it
Yeah.
very special. So for those that are listening on the podcast, there's always a block of information where I can put the contact information for the city, the website, and other ways that you can reach out to kind of learn more about Lemon Grove, as well as on my YouTube channel. Anything else that you'd like to share with the listeners? Because I mean, it's just, I'm super excited to both have spoken with you, as well as to learn more about Lemon Grove, so that way people can visit, and also just follow in your footsteps. I mean, to take that the next step, if you have a dream, if you're thinking you want to make a difference in your own community, um, be a little bit out of your comfort zone. Go ahead and do it.
Yes, And I believe that, we live in this wonderful universe, and specifically the United States of America. And there's so many opportunities out there for people. And if you have a desire to do something, and perhaps it's not in politics, now's the time to do it. You only live once, and we all have different passions. And what's really important is that we truly take a look at what our natural born talents are, and we combine that with our passion to make a difference in life. For me, I just happened to fall into politics, and here we are. And I guess this was part of my path. But if you're looking to do something, and you say to yourself, well, I don't know how to do it, just know that the universe is going to line some people up behind you that are going to help you so that you can be successful in whatever you do. So whatever it is, take a chance, live your life, seek out your passion, and make a difference. One thing that I do know as it relates to women, they have the saying, you have to ask women 7 times to do something before they'll say yes. And especially if it's to take on a role of leadership. And guess what? When it was my opportunity to consider running for council, I think I would take that 7 and multiply that by 1 billion. That was too many times, but it's true. You really have to ask a woman at least 7 times before she'll actually consider it, and especially if it's a role of leadership. But this is what I have to say about this. When an opportunity presents itself, it comes your way, and perhaps you may think, oh, gosh, I'm not qualified for that. Well, guess what? Yeah, that's how you get qualified. You say yes, and there'll be a network of support around you to elevate you and to help you be successful. So step out of your comfort zone, lead in every single industry, and make a difference.
Thank you so much for those inspiring words. Everyone, I want to thank you for listening. Stay tuned. There'll be continuing conversations with the mayor as things happen within Lemon Grove. I'm sure we'll follow up. And thank you so much for being on today. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so very much. And just know that you can always follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and for the younger folks, Snapchat too. I'm not quite on TikTok. I just don't know how to dance like that, but yes.
There'll be a time.
Please, yes. So I'm really, really happy to be able to join you today. Again, my name is Jacqui Vasquez, Mayor for the city of Lemon Grove. You can always sign up for updates. You can go to our website. And I encourage each and every one of you to join me on this journey.
For sure, for sure. Thank you so much. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.